Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Joenojoseph, and I'm back at it again with another one, you know what I'm saying? Let's dive right in, man. We gotta check out this Billie Eilish tragic real-life story. It's like another one of those kind of narrated videos where they just kind of go behind and talk about it. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the story about her dancing and when she got hurt, and I've kind of been trying to figure out a little more about that situation without just like reading it, you know? So let's tap in and see what she's talking about, alright?
If you still don't know who Billie Eilish is, there's a good chance you are old. I'm very sorry, but it's true. This crazy 17-year-old kiddo already has billions of streams and is on the verge of pop superstardom. And if you do know who Billie Eilish is, you probably feel old anyway. Because what were you even doing with your time while then 13-year-old Billie and her brother were writing Ocean Eyes in their bedroom? So, how did Billie manage to become a superstar in only like a couple of short years? And how is she able to live her daily life as both a rebellious and very responsible superstar? Let's figure it all out. Just imagine a messy house with art all over the place. Old paintings alongside baby pictures and scribbled inside jokes, and musical instruments scattered through every room. Billie grew up in—
Like, do you see that house? Like, it's obvious that she has a really big creative past, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, a really big creative family. Like, everybody in the family is creative, so that's really dope. And it's like growing up in that atmosphere, you have no choice, like, but to grow up and be creative, you know what I mean? Like, not that it's forced, but it's like your mind is already being, like, tuned to, like, think for itself and be you know what I mean? Like, they're not holding you back. Like, I don't want you to grow up and be anyone else but you. Do exactly what you want, and that's it, you know what I mean?
In such a house, with very artistic parents who gave her the middle name Pirate. Yep, her full name is Billie Eilish Pirate Baird O'Connell. Additionally, her mother wrote songs and her father played the piano and the ukulele. In such a musical family, she grew up listening to lots of different styles of music, from the Beatles to Avril Lavigne, and from My Chemical Romance to Lana Del Rey. Okay, I should make a side note. If this all seems to be painting a picture of the whimsical world of the covertly rich, it isn't like that. A 10-year-old Eilish was working shifts at a local ranch in exchange for horseback riding lessons.
To this day, Billie's parents sleep in the living room, having graciously allocated the 100-year-old house's 2 bedrooms to Billie and Phineas.
Though the artistic vibe helped Billie become a musician, she didn't really experience much of a normal social life, as she and her elder brother Phineas were homeschooled. The only fun outside home for the little Billie was dancing classes and the Los Angeles Children's Chorus, which she simply adored. At the age where most children were going nuts at school, Billie wrote her first song. The girl was literally 12 when she wrote her first song, Fingers Crossed. It was a cinematic little number about love in the time of zombie apocalypse that racked up maybe a couple thousand plays, an achievement that felt, back then, pretty mind-boggling, though Billie herself now refers to it as to real trash. From the very start, Billie was fascinated by her older bro, Phineas, who was already writing, performing, and producing his own songs with his band. So she took the opportunity and collaborated with him. That is how the hit Ocean Eyes was born. You've probably heard that one, but there is an exciting story behind its lyrics. Ocean Eyes was a game changer for Eilish's career, even if she didn't know it at the time. It started like this. Phineas had been workshopping the song with his band, the Slightleys, but it wasn't sounding right. Billie heard it from across the narrow hall dividing their rooms, and she knew she could make the song her own. Phineas revealed, later in an interview, that he was actually writing this song about his own feelings, but he always thought it would sound better with a girl singer. Billie recorded her vocals over 2 weeks, reworking the same parts for hours. The duo posted the track to SoundCloud with the intention of sending it to Billie's dance teacher for potential choreography. In the end, they just wanted to release a simple dance video, which, as you know, became a massive success. After a day, it had 1,000 plays, and we were like, we made it, Billie said. They didn't think it would go past that, as both of them literally just thought it was because of Billie's popular friends' reposts.
Oh my God,
that was 4 very long years ago. In the time since, Billie has released her debut EP, racked up 1 billion streams on Spotify, collaborated with Khalid and Vince Staples. The girl also performed on Ellen in a Billie print tracksuit and toured the world. Once again, before she was even 17. It was always crazy during her performances, but when they ended, the girl felt very lonely and at the same time was avoiding the massive attention of the media. Because of this, Billie does not like weekends when there are no activities. Then she feels left alone with her thoughts, and this is often a very depressing time for her.
Interesting though, that her brother, despite being a co-creator of the songs, a producer, and a performer, still can live practically a normal life when off stage.
After the concert, he can go to the supermarket totally unnoticed. He recently left his parents' home to live with his girlfriend, and they are planning to get a dog. For Billie, that looks totally unreal, as her life doesn't seem to belong to her anymore. She cannot go to the store without gathering a screaming crowd around her. Her popularity has grown tremendously. For instance, Vanity Fair did an interview with her when she was 15 years old, and then they repeated it a year later. During this short time, Billie's Instagram follower count grew from 257,000 to 6.3 million. She went from playing crowds of 500 fans to playing arenas for more than 40,000 in just 1 year. And guess how many followers she has in 2019? 20 million. Crazy, right? Just recently, she released an album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? It immediately hit the top of all streaming services and even sold a record number of vinyls. Her performance at Coachella attracted almost more attention than the shows of official headliners. Billie's success helped her to finally meet her first love, Justin Bieber. In fact, her love for Bieber was so strong, she would cry all the time just because he didn't know I existed. Justin recently followed the pop star on her Instagram and left a comment, "Check the direct messages." In there, Billie found the screenshot of her 2014 message, where she first wrote to him with a request to talk a bit. The 17-year-old finally met and hugged the 25-year-old pop star at Coachella, and it seems they established a new friendship. People are astonished at how this rebellious, moody teenager finds the strength to be a responsible and highly professional performer. In her gloomy song, she sings about phobias, depression, sleep paralysis, and other mental health features, while her concerts are more like a celebration of life with a taste of violent punk rock. Billie dresses like a cybergoth anime raver, her closet spilling over with baggy Parappa the Rapper-esque silhouettes and hues of construction site neon, often of her own design. Her style is the precise embodiment of a particular teenage paradox. Notice me, but don't f***ing look at me. But what is going on with that girl behind her gloomy public image? Sometimes Billie's personal life is in total disarray. She frequently faces incidents of her personal information being leaked, including her home address. It's a nightmare, but it's being dealt with. Her every intimate part is under the public microscope. Billie has been criticized for the way she acts, looks, or even smiles. You probably noticed that she almost never smiles in photos. She has responded to such criticism by saying that she does not like smiling because it makes her feel weak and powerless. Billie did not want others to find out that she is living with Tourette Syndrome. She asked to keep it private, but it didn't feel like anyone listened. Somebody made a video compilation of her facial tics and put it up on YouTube, and she decided to openly speak about it with her fans. "I've never mentioned it on the internet because nobody thinks I'm dead ass," she wrote, as well as the fact that I've just never wanted people to think of Tourette Syndrome every time they think of me. Having a neurological disorder isn't really something Eilish thinks about, as it's been a part of most of her life. She thinks it's confusing when someone is making...
It's crazy, like, when I reacted to that video, I didn't really look at it as a big thing, but then after I reacted to it, and, like, after I, like, found out how she really felt about it, like, I felt kind of bad about it, but then I was like, you know, like, I like how she grew from it, you know what I mean? Like, she didn't say that it was, like, it's like, oh, a video is stupid, like, why would you guys even do that, you know what I mean? She was more or less just saying, like, she didn't even think of it as something that people would find important, you know what I mean? She just looked at it as, like, oh, this is me, because she's lived with it and dealt with it, and now she's, like, not okay with it, but it doesn't, how do I put it, like, she's figured out how to live with it, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's like not anything to her anymore, you know what I mean? It's just, hey.
In a weird facial expression or throwing out their neck, but luckily it's not more than that. Billie says that the internet hasn't really seen the bad incidents of the disorder because she's...
What was that? Why was that like 8 chains of the same chain? Did you guys peep that? Look at this. What are these, Jesus pieces? Jeez, people buy Jesus pieces
really
that much?
seen the bad incidents of the disorder because she's really good at suppressing them. The thing is, the longer you suppress tics, the worse they get afterwards. Even in such a situation, Billie manages to stay grateful that her tics are not that bad as they could be. And in a way, her attitude and sincere views on the subject made fans with the same disorder feel much closer to the star. And also, it helped them feel that you can live with it and that Tourette Syndrome does not define you as a person. At this moment, Eilish is nearly the same age Britney Spears was when she released Baby One More Time, though I imagine this bit of trivia probably means nothing to millennials like her. Anyhow, what I mean to say is that besides all the work that Billie has to do, she is still a teenager with simple wishes to become a real adult. She could not wait till the time she was finally able to drive, and now she can't wait for when she'll be able to go to the store and just buy the thing that she wants. You really get to understand how young Billie is when she talks about the Spice Girls, for instance. Until recently, she was convinced that the Spice Girls was a band created exclusively for the Spice World feature film, and was very surprised to learn that the band was reuniting and going on tour. Because of all the pressure and emotional years, Billie's depression has gotten worse. She almost does not...
I like how he like keeps switching like vibes without like explain. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like just going in all these different
Speak
directions.
about her feelings in interviews, but her songs explain it all. Take her song I Don't Want to Be You Anymore, for example. The lyrics are a discouraging confession to the entire planet in self-doubt, self-loathing by a girl who is adored by millions. Some fans asked her why the song is so depressing, and the singer actually tried to explain it during an interview. She sincerely confessed that it's very annoying for her as well, as she is tired of feeling that way all the time, but she can't do anything about it.
And it's like, you know, Billie, what's wrong? I don't know. Like me, that's what. And it's like, who hurt you? I'm like,
Not that her life sucks or anything, but
And see, that's what's so good about her, like that she can say that, you know what I mean? Like she knows that she put herself in the position to be hurt, which is why she got hurt. You know what I'm saying? And that's like a lot of people can't admit that. A lot of people always blame it on the other person or something like that. Like that's really dope of her. Like that's really mature of her. You know what I'm saying?
Eilish and her brother's standards, they're doing exactly what they love, making music that millions of people genuinely love. And they're gearing up for a North American tour this spring. Whatever tabloids say about Billie Eilish, one thing is for sure. Every time the girl records a song, she does more than 90 takes of the first word just to get the right sound. That's how patient and hardworking this crazy girl actually is. Thanks for watching. And what do you love the most about Billie Eilish?
That's dope. It was a good video. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of mad that I like pre-guessed that it was gonna be about her like injuring herself when she was younger, and it had nothing to do with that. Like it literally, I don't even think he even spoke about that whatsoever. He talked about the dancing, but he never talked about like she hurt herself or whatever and like got depressed and like that's why she like started like just making music. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't even know if that was like the real reason why. I don't know. That was pretty cool though. I like that. I like it. I like these kind of videos. Like I love these narration videos. Like they may be like 9-10 minutes long, but they're so like it flows so well that you can just watch it and enjoy it. You know what I mean? And I like that. Thank you guys so much for enjoying my Billie content, and I mean I can't even say my Billie content, but thank you guys so much for enjoying me reacting to Billie content, and keep on giving me some more content to react to. Thank you guys so much. Peace.